And that is definitely boding relatively well for Asian Legion. This means that they will at least have an opportunity to try a proper laning phase against TKS. TKS very, very fond of very early aggression, going for those crazy wonky plays by rushing turrets and whatnot. So this actually bodes reasonably well because Leona Draven can be a very, very powerful bot lane combination, especially against Caitlyn and Saracen. If Tachibana Kanata gets caught by a single Zenith Blade Shield of Daybreak combination, then he is going to be in a world of pain. It actually looks like there is actually going to be an invade out of TKS as Kanata, Saracen, Bulbatir, and Taturs are waiting in position to head into the enemy jungle, and they're actually going to sneak by Tiok and Captain Lord. Now, there is actually a switch. Tiok is substituting for Kevin. Kevin, unfortunately, is having internet troubles on Asian Legion, so we do have a new player in, and we'll see if this invade is successful. Ooh. Absolutely, and this is now Captain Lord and Tiok taking the long way around to head back into lane. They're still going to have to be careful, as this is going to be a blue invade for Taturs. Taturs, when we first saw him, was in the jungle, so he is a very competent jungler as well. I don't know that Alistar is a particularly potent jungler, but it seems like he is going for a nice quick invade. Could be getting a gank at level 1. For me, the lanes to focus on are going to be the bottom lane with Tiok and Tachibana. Tiok actually walking right into Tachibana. Saracen probably going to follow up with a death sentence any moment now, but oh no, here comes Taturs from the jungle. Just going to see if he can follow up. And yes, there is actually a Shield of Daybreak landing on Saracen. Flay pulling them back, combined with a slow knockup onto Tiok. Level 2, keeping him in the air. Barrier is burned. Tiok goes down. First blood to Tachibana. Kanata, Captain Lord, is continuing to engage onto Saracen. Ignite, slowly ticking away. Will Tachibana try to go for the pill? He flashes to get off a single auto attack, and Captain Lord survives! Oh, in the meanwhile, Bak Ho Chi Minh picks up a kill on Bulbadir in the mid lane. Ho Chi Minh taking a touch of damage. Taturs forced to back off in the top lane. Soothsayer dashes out. Here's Shyvana trying to get an auto attack. Force Soothsayer back. Only Beast seems to be holding his own pretty well against Soothsayer. But as I was saying, Bulbatir is a very, very potent Gragas. We've seen him pick Gragas in most of his matchups, and he has been doing exceptionally well with his barrel roll and exploding cask. Really been putting out tons and tons of damage. So as long as Ho Chi Minh can keep him shut down, that's going to work out really, really well. We already have Ho Chi Minh ahead by picking up those double Dorans to Gragas' 1. Ooh, throws Ignite, dodges! Oh man, Lonely Beast survives by the skin of his teeth, down to 13 health, ever so close. And this is actually looking really well for Asian Legion. It's 4 minutes, only 1-1, and they're only 200, 300 gold behind. Oh no, a gank is going on in the bottom lane. Here's Taturs coming from behind. A flay from Saracen, slowing Tiok. Stand aside, about to go down. No, Shield of Daybreak going to deny. So there is no stand aside from Tiok. He's taking a healthy amount of damage, and he's going to fall to a death sentence combined from Tachibana's auto attack. I don't think they even have vision of that quite yet. Taturs just a little bit too far out. And this is actually Captain Lord now running to throw down a ward in the river. This is very respectable. And now Bulbatir engaging onto Ho Chi Minh. Let's see if Ho Chi Minh can make him pay for that sort of a trade. Ho Chi Minh has to keep an advantage in this lane. It's going to be fairly even in the top. We've seen Soothsayer very, very powerful on Yasuo. And if the bottom lane continues to be ganked so heavily by Taturs, they're really going to have a lot of trouble without a single lane winning. And there could be actually a dive going down. Death Sentence unfortunately missing as Tiok makes it back in the lane. Oh yeah, a great silence goes down. Bulbadir trying to do a touch of damage, a great body slam doing damage onto Ho Chi Minh. Doesn't have the Ignite auto attacks burning away. Flash picks up the kill. Kingsley evens it up. It's now 2-2. And Soothsayer showing his mobility off with that Yasuo to build up very, very quickly on his passive, actually trading just a little bit, using that Way of the Wanderer to keep him up, and this is fantastic from Lonely Beast. He decides he's just a little bit overextended. He's going to fall back to the bush, allow Soothsayer to push, but here's Titours possibly coming in for a dive. Does still have the red buff. Lonely Beast gets a bit too far forward, gets knocked away from his own turret, knocked up as well. Will he be able to survive this gank? I don't know if he will. Throws down some damage onto Soothsayer, who takes a hit, but Soothsayer picks it up with a fantastic skill shot. He's really doing such a great job, and Kingsley trying to keep up, going up into the top lane to catch up and farm. Oh, in the mid lane, Ho Chi Minh picks up another kill. I didn't see that one happen. Oh man, that's very, very unfortunate. Great play out of Ho Chi Minh so far. He's currently 2-0-1, but here comes Alistar for the gank. Ho Chi Minh does have distortion, throws the ethereal chains into Tours, misses the knockup unfortunately, and is taking a lot of damage. Ho Chi Minh could decide to try to follow this up about 10 seconds before the distortion comes off cooldown. Kingsley also in position with Dragon's Descent as Titours continues to dance around his minions. He's going to have to try to sustain in this lane for at least a little while longer. It's going to be a while before Kingsley is going to engage in that bottom lane just because it is so very, very volatile. Titours really helped with that quick double gank, trying to shut down IMTIOC. We can see he's already falling behind, about 18 minions back, but he just needs to stay and farm up. The moment he finishes his very, very crucial Bloodthirster, I feel like that's when we're going to start to see IMTIOC really start to try to make plays. That is absolutely perfect from Captain Lord, throwing the ward down into Tribush. Whoa! Flash knocks Tiok back. He immediately flashes away Zenith Blade, trying to lock them down. Here comes Ho Chi Minh from behind to stand aside, managing to hit Saracen. Flay pulling Captain Lord in. Tiok caught in the trap. Here's Kingsley as well. Throws down Dragon's Descent. This could actually be a fantastic opportunity for Asian Legion. Ethereal Chains landing on Saracen. Uses the Dark Passage to keep himself alive. Knockback on Tiok. Saracen is getting low. He falls to Kingsley. This could be Titours going down as well. Ho Chi Minh about to follow up with Distortion. Does a healthy amount of damage, but he doesn't get the kill quite yet. Kingsley continuing to go in. Ho Chi Minh tanking with that very, very nice minion. And is everyone going to make it out? Everyone makes it out alive. This is huge. They... And oh, a little bit of action in the top lane. Lonely Beast trading just a bit with Soothsayer. Soothsayer not going to go for the very quick static Shiv rush. Instead, getting a Vamp Scepter for sustain to deal with Lonely Beast's passive sustain. Lonely Beast doing well. He's about 30 farm behind. But again, this is the first time I've seen TKS Marois play in 7 games over the course of the tournament. This is the first time I've seen them behind. This is fantastic for Asian Legion. Let's see if they can continue to keep the pressure and turn this into an eventual victory. And Titours, once again, waiting to see for if he can gank through the tribush in bottom lane, but there is Kingsley in position. And in the bottom lane, we're seeing IMTIOC do reasonably well. He's now up to 56 farm, and he did get a significant amount of gold from that engage in the bottom lane, but he's still a little bit of a ways away from getting that Bloodthirster, so he is going to be just a touch behind, whereas Caitlyn, on the other hand, actually picking up a pickaxe, deciding Tachibana likely going to be going for a quick Infinity Edge. Wants to go for raw team fight damage instead. It's actually pretty fun to watch. I didn't know the animation did that. Ooh. And actually we have Kingsley just waiting on the side by the tribush, waiting for the eventual dive that he knows is coming. to Tours still in lane despite feigning falling back. Let's see if TKS can bait it out with Captain Lord. This is going to be a very, very tense moment again. Let's see if Asian Legion can get the advantage. Shield of Daybreak goes on the Saracen. The box, effectively useless, actually pulling Leona into the box. Dragon Descent goes down. Saracen taking damage. Zenithblade catching them all down. No Solar Flare quite yet. This is now to Tours trying to deal AoE damage. Tachibana getting low. Kingsley doing a lot of damage, but absorbing an Ignite. Ace in the hole, about to go down. He survives from IMTIOC, keeping him alive. Such a great, great tank. And now TKS is alone in the bottom lane to deal with the very scary Tachibana and Saracen. Oh, in the mid lane, Ho Chi Minh engaging on the Bulbadeer, almost bringing him down, but he's still alive. They really, really are, and I'd really love to point out what to Tours is doing right now. He's actually counter-jungling. He hasn't been very successful in his ganks quite yet. He's currently 0-1-3, but he recognizes that with Kingsley being so focused on preventing his ganks, he can go around and take an advantage, snag a few jungle creeps, actually not even bothering to flush the wolves, if you will, and leaving those little tiny wolves just to deny the reset timer. And Kingsley is doing really fantastic. And Lily Beast actually opening up with a Bone Tooth Necklace. I don't entirely know that I agree with that. It is going to be very, very difficult to pick up kills on that very, very tanky team for TKS Marois. And here's IMTIOC engaged upon by Tachibana, but here's Ho Chi Minh coming in from behind, forces the barrier out of Tachibana. Whirling Death doing a lot of damage. He survives the kill, actually gets pulled into the Whirling Death from TKS. We could actually have a dive as TKS continues to take hits. He gets a hit from the turret, forced to regenerate from the creeps. Will they try to go for a dive to Tours? Unfortunately, at his blue buff, not going to make it in time. I don't know if Saracen should stay. He's going to have to get an excellent play if he wants to hope to turn this, but instead he's going to let the turret take a touch of damage. Actually, Zenith Blade going in, Captain Lord tanking the turret, auto attacks going down, Saracen getting low, the Ethereal Blades doesn't land, TKS auto attacks to try to pick up the kill, he takes a turret hit, will he survive? He falls! Oh no, and Leona falls from a minion as well, a double kill! And whoa, unfortunately knocked out of the auto attack from Soothsayer. Dragon's Ascent going down. Soothsayer going to be forced to back off, relying on that Phage. I actually haven't seen a Phage on Yasuo yet, but it seems like it's a very clever pick. And here's Lonely Beast, not using the Thrill of the Hunt just yet, going to try to go for the slow. It does happen to land, but unfortunately he is just going to walk away from a wind wall. And oh no, here's Tours coming in as well, gets a huge knockup combined with Last Breath, denying the armor pen bonuses, continuing to be delayed. Soothsayer getting low, dashes away, Ignite is taking him down. Kingsley picks up the kill with that red buff. Kingsley doing exceptionally well with that Ancient Golem, but this is now to Tours, 1v2 in the top lane. In the bottom lane, Tachibana taking a turret. Holy cow, Asian Legion is ahead 10-6. Oh man, Tours getting dived by Lonely Beast and Kingsley. They simultaneously turn and burn him down. Oh, wow, this is fantastic from Captain Lord, fighting it off with Saracen to try to shut it down. Ho Chi Minh coming in from behind, uses the Mimic, gets caught, flashes out of the way, still alive, Explosive Cast picks up the kill. Solar Flare unfortunately missing for Captain Lord, and Saracen still alive. Whirling Death coming down! Oh, Saracen dodges the return. And a little bit of trouble. Actually, this is curious. Can you still hear me at the office? I've got the stream open in another tab. I'm seeing it lagging, but the game currently is not lagging for me. Oh, Kingsley gets caught way out of position at blue buff. Almost certainly going to have to blow the Dragon's Ascent to escape. Captain Lord tanking an ace in the hole for him. Wow, Ho Chi Minh swinging around from behind, trying to catch Tachibana, but will go down for his efforts as Ignite burns him away. Imtiak throwing out tons of damage onto Tours. It looks like he is about to fall, using that Unbreakable Will to survive. Tachibana throwing out tons of auto attacks with that red buff, burning people down, and Tours forcing the flash. Captain Lord gets caught by a barrel roll. He is still alive, and oh man, a huge 90 caliber net from Tachibana picking up the kill. The aggression is continuing. TKS continuing to do a healthy amount of damage, pushing turrets, taking objectives, and this is actually really fantastic from Bulbadir. Wow, trying to body slam over the wall, not unfortunately catching Tiak there. But wow! Ho Chi Minh trying to burst down Saracen, doesn't have the Deathfire's Grasp, so she doesn't have the damage, and Aflay is continuing to keep her locked down. Forced to use the Mimic to walk away. Great juking there, gets caught by the Explosive Cast, still alive, finally falls to Bulbadir. Tiak, however, going to definitely pick up at least one. Actually, that was Kingsley picking up the kill. Will Tours make it over the wall? No, he goes down as well. Saracen very, very low, going to be forced to retreat as well. Tachibana backing off too, and what a weird position Soothsayer and Lonely Beast are in. They're just kind of out there in between the minion waves. And that seems to be what Lonely Beast is banking off of. He is going for Assassin Rengar with Brutalizer and Vampiric Scepter. I'd love to see a Ravenous Hydra out of him next, just to get that very, very quick auto attack reset that helps so much with assassinations. But again, Asian Legion, they're ahead in kills. They're ahead even in turrets, and they're ahead in gold. They're about 500 whole gold ahead. This is such a fantastic game between these two teams. Oh, Thrill of the Hunt is blown. Lonely Beast going to sneak around, tries to leap on, gets caught in midair with a flay, goes down instantly. Black Ho Chi Minh gets denied by a huge headbutt from Tours, and it does look like Soothsayer, in the meanwhile, split pushing, picking up a turret that was Gragas going down. Bulbadir, Tachibana Kanata trying to do a healthy amount of damage. Kingslayer doing such a fantastic job of absorbing those damages, trying to do what he can, and slowly Tachibana is burning down. He finally goes down. Draven picking up the kill there. Meanwhile, Imtiak is not done yet. He's going to continue to follow up, has enough mana for some speed boost, but instead just decides to fall back instead. Despite Dragon going down, I'm going to say Asian Legion were able to trade pretty effectively for that. Oh, this could be dangerous. Soothsayer, very scary with that red buff, just continuing to bleed out Kingsley. He's getting dangerously low, about to land the knock-up. Yes, gets the last breath as well for the armor pen boost, trying to get the kill. Here's the Zenith Blade, gets dodged by Soothsayer, who continues to run through the minions and is going to catch Kingsley coming around from the other side. Might pick up the kill on Kingsley, but wow, flashes right into a Draven who blocks one hit and goes down. Oh, here's Bulbadir trying to catch Kingsley once again, walks right into Tiak on the retreat, throws the explosive cask, and picks up a kill. Whoa, a huge death sentence lands on Tiak combined with the flay. He gets knocked out of the barrel roll. He's still alive for now, relying on that Bloodthirster to absorb some damage as Titor is going to run block while Belvedere and Ho Chi Minh deal with each other. A huge solar flare locks Belvedere into the ethereal chains, and that is going to be Titor's picking up another kill. What a play. This is going to be the mid-outer turret for TKS falling. They're losing turrets. Oh, ace in the hole. It is so close. A great stand aside from Tiak, forcing the disengage. Soothsayer about to catch up, though. Could try to go for the Gale. Gets caught! Silenced as well. Tiak picks up the kill. And very, very fantastic play out of Asian Legion so far. They're dragging it out. They're going toe-to-toe with TKS, who has so far been undefeated, and the plays are phenomenal. Tiak is just doing such a good job on Draven. He has finished his Bloodthirster, probably going to be finishing either his Phantom Dancer or the Static Shiv, and the moment he recalls, looks like instead of going for more attack speed, he decides to get an Infinity Edge. Draven is going for pure shred. Ho Chi Minh tries to pick up a kill. Whirling Death doing a lot of damage to Tours, blocking it out. Death Sentence landing on Ho Chi Minh. He gets caught by Saracen, finally goes down. Meanwhile, Tours is dealing with Lonely Beast and Kingsley. Tours about to go down. Tachibana as well. He does finally die. This is Lonely Beast continuing to give chase. Kingsley left to 1v2 with Belvedere and Tachibana Kanata. Meanwhile, Saracen continuing to retreat. Wow! Flashes out of the Zenith Blade to make it away. This could be a great escape for Saracen and Belvedere, but Captain Lord continues to pursue. Here comes Soothsayer from behind. He's going to wait into the Tribush, I believe, for the very, very last second, but this is clever play out of TKS. They have a pretty good position so far, and they could engage, but they're just going to wait it out for now. Dark Passage not going out quite yet. Here's Tiak, walks right into Soothsayer. This is very dangerous. Gets engaged upon. No solar flares available quite yet. Windwall blocking some damage, but Captain Lord going to force a disengage. Last breath onto Captain Lord, not Tiak. This is Soothsayer continuing to chase. Zenith Blade denying. Shield of Daybreak slowing him down. Exhaust on Soothsayer, denying some of his damage. Captain Lord finally falls. Tiak falls as well. Ho Chi Minh engaging, trying to pick up something, anything. Throws down the ethereal chains, able to shut down Soothsayer, but Kingsley is now engaging on Belvedere. This engage is non-stop between the two teams. Whoa! Oh, this is so unfortunate. Now Kingsley caught out of position. Here comes Lonely Beast as well. He leaps forward, immediately nukes down Belvedere, and then they turn onto Titors. Titors still has the unbreakable will, but it has worn off. He's taking damage. Ignite, going to give a triple kill now to Lonely Beast. Whirling Death, unfortunately, going to miss. Tachibana now left under his own turret. It does only have one hit left. Lonely Beast going for the kill. He might just get it. He gets a quadra kill on Rengar. And that's exactly what they need to do. The real damage so far coming out of TKS are coming from Tachibana, Soothsayer, and Belvedere. With Tachibana gone, they can easily jump onto Belvedere, jump onto Soothsayer, and it will be up to Saracen to separate, to disengage. It'll be up to Titors to keep the carries alive. And so far we're seeing Titors run excellent distraction, but I feel like he's just slowly starting to taper off of it. Oh, this is dangerous. Let's see if they are going to fall for the trap. Sator's trying to bait it out, but no. Very patient play out of TKS. They just want to wait it out. Go see if they can manage any snipes while Tiak continues to farm up. TKS has to team fight. Their entire team composition is built around nuking swishy targets. Bulbadir getting caught out of position. DFG combined with Whirling Death doing a ton of damage. Solar Flare and Kingslayer uses his Dragon Descent in. A huge explosive cast knocks Kingslayer further into the fight. This is Ho Chi Minh now trying to deal with Titors. Tiak able to pick up the kill with him. Lonely Beast doing a lot of damage. Kingslayer tanking so well. That's Tachibana going down to Tiak. Oh wow, this is so fantastic for Asian Legion. They're continuing to keep up the pressure. I spoke too soon about the team fight from TKS. It seems they're going to want to play defensive for the first time in the game. Ignite actually dropping on Kingsley could very well pick him up. They're really just doing so very well. I was going to say that TKS would love to get a team fight. They have to get Soothsayer in to get a last breath on top of Bulbadir's explosive cask, or possibly Tachibana throwing down a healthy amount of AoE with Ace in the Hole or Piltover Peacemaker. But the further this engage is going, the more I'm starting to see that the team fights are going further and further in Asian Legion's favor. They're just continuing to do enormous amounts of damage and burn through Tachibana and burn through Soothsayer. I don't even know if TKS could nuke down the entirety of Asian Legion now if they tried. Oh, this is dangerous. Lonely Beast catches Tachibana out of position and shuts him down. Great disengage out of Asian Legion. They recognize that they don't have their I'm Tiak to be able to follow up with a proper engage, but it doesn't seem like that is dissuading Soothsayer at all. He is in position, going to dash in with a huge last breath. It looks like Lonely Beast is going to get knocked out of there from the explosive cask. Here comes Kingsley using the Dragon's Descent, going to shut down Soothsayer almost certainly. Yes, he finally goes down. Lonely Beast, an excellent follow-up, shuts down Tours as well. That's a legendary Rengar. Asian Legion? And oh man, great catch. Oh no, Ho Chi Minh too far forward. The Mimic is blown. Which one is it going to land on? It is the clone. He survives the barrel roll. Oh no, here's Bulbadir, throws the barrel roll, but he's spotted, and Ho Chi Minh backs away. Oh no, but Lonely Beast is going to follow up, immediately double leaps onto Bulbadir and picks up a quick kill. And this is just absolutely crazy. I never thought I'd say this, but what do you think TKS can do to turn the game around? It seems like we're finally getting to the case where TKS is going to be better off grouping instead of going for the picks and assassinations that we've been seeing in the past. And they're being very patient and relaxed now. They're trying to wait out the Baron buff, whereas Asian Legion, they recognize that they have an advantage. They're starting to slowly realize that they are in a position to win. And now they're starting to get a little bit calm, a little bit more patient. Lonely Beast and Ho Chi Minh are just waiting for that one person to walk out of position so they can leap and pick up a quick kill. So we're going to have to see whether or not this Baron buff is going to be sufficient for Asian Legion to try to take a turret. They're actually going to try to bull rush the turret. Never mind. They may catch Belvedere out of position. He sees the ward, but this is just a great rotation out of Asian Legion. They are going to try to bum rush the turret and bring it down while TKS is going to be forced to retreat. Captain Lord doing some excellent tanking, just going to deny the engage, and the turret will fall. This is very dangerous. I believe he was spotted at the last second. Maybe they heard the animation sound while they were moused over him, but Belvedere did know. Titor's even going so far as to recall to try to bait it, but it's exactly as you said. The moment they see Rengar blow Thrill of the Hunt, Titor's immediately starts hugging his carries. He's just sitting there trying to bait Lonely Beast in. Whoa, Zenith Blade catching Belvedere. He is caught in the Solar Flare. Soothsayer taking a healthy amount of damage, forced to use the Dark Passage to escape. And the siege begins. Asian Legion finally giving a conventional siege to TKS. Oh, Tiak Ignite is burning him away. He's trying to survive, actually surviving. Ace in the Hole gets blocked by Lonely Beast. Tiak getting a good pickup onto Belvedere. And wow, Thrill the Hunt is being activated. Lonely Beast going to try to get out of turret range, actually leaping onto Soothsayer, trying to force him away from the turret. This is very, very clever from Lonely Beast. He doesn't have to get the kill. He just has to force them away from the turret so he can take the inhibitor. Whirling Death actually about to get Tachibana, but it's dodged by a 90 caliber net. What a dodge. Tiak wants the kill, gets caught in the box and a flay. He finally falls, sacrifices himself to get the other AD carry while the rest of his team is going to pick up the inhibitor. I don't know if it's worth it as LeBlanc fell as well. Soothsayer can do a lot of damage, actually juking over the wall. Here's Belvedere throwing the AoE. Lonely Beast about to go down. Captain Lord about to fall as well. Kingsley wants to take the inhibitor, but he doesn't get it. He's going to go down. Dragon is set over the wall, gets knocked up. Ignite actually going to end him. That's unfortunately Lonely Beast being the only survivor. A little bit of miscommunication between Asian Legion could end up costing them. Oh, Belvedere throws explosive cask, follows up with a body slam, barrel roll is dodged. Lonely Beast going to back out, gets caught by the body slam. They definitely should have communicated just a little bit better. Tiak getting just a little greedy, trying to shut down Tachibana, and we're starting to see that it is hurting them just a little bit as the lanes are finally starting to clear out. We're seeing TKS move more onto the map, ward their own jungle. They're being safe. They're starting to play safe, but with Baron about to respawn in just a minute, I don't know what is going to happen if we are going to see TKS try to go for another team fight or just let Asian Legion take it and try to get another catch off of their mistakes once again. And we're starting to see a little bit of forward pressure come down for Asian Legion. Again, there is no turret. Soothsayer gets caught on the side by a Blood Rush while going to deny any sort of stand aside from Tiak. They're slowly coming into this inhibitor while they're in the choke. They are in a very, very vulnerable spot to the last breath. They're doing their best to try to get pulled. Kingsley gets caught by the Dragons by the Dark Passage, but he's just going to back off, and here we now have Titours going for the engage. Talisman of the Ascension going to force the disengage with the inhibitor gone. This is absolutely fantastic. Great play out of Asian Legion. He is just waiting in the wings for the time being, about to see if he can find Tachibana or Soothsayer or even Bulbadir out of position. And now it was a very, very great play from TKS, trying to poke down Asian Legion, letting them take the inhibitor, trying to bring them low and force an engage on the retreat, but Asian Legion didn't fall for it. We had Captain Lord, who was very, very low, go back and heal. Tiak healing up with that absurd regen from his Bloodthirster, and the rest of the team just being patient. They're waiting it out. They know they have the inhibitor. They know that the mid lane is going to push, and that's going to buy them time. Not now, but in a couple minutes. And we have Kingsley going around clearing a few wards combined with Captain Lord. They're just trying to take control of the Baron to scare TKS back. And with TKS defending the base, you have Tachibana and Bulbadir out of position. This could be an excellent opportunity for Asian Legion to try to make a move onto the Baron. Actually, was that on the hunt activated? Yes, it was. Tachibana about to go down. This is Lonely Beast throwing it out, follows up with the flash. He's healing, and he gets the kill. Tachibana falls. This is what Asian Legion needs. They can either try to go for the Baron or possibly even go to try to end the game with Caitlyn gone for a full minute. We do have Dragon Ascent going in. It does look like we want to get a fight. Solar Flare landing on Soothsayer. He's taking a lot of damage. Captain Lord dashing in with the Zenith Blade. Explosive Cast doing a ton of damage. Lonely Beast follows in as well. This is now Ho Chi Minh trying to nuke somebody down the box. Going in, slowing people. I have no idea why my phone is ringing. Phones, cut it out. There's a team fight. Holy shit, Kingslayer is doing so much damage. Tiak also trying to pick up a kill, but nobody goes down. Oh man, Tiak actually catches Soothsayer, does a lot of damage, but is forced to back off. Overall, a very, very clean engage out of TKS. Sorry about that. Yeah, Lonely Beast is taking his time, meanwhile clearing out the red buff. He's a little bit farther away from his team than I'd like to see him at this point in the game. Definitely have to start seeing some more group going on. It's now 40 minutes into the game. There are 24 kills to 38 in favor of Asian Legion. 71,000 gold to 61. Only a 10,000 gold difference 40 minutes in. This is a surprisingly close game. Oh, man. Lonely Beast wants the kill. 90 caliber net is blown. Is he going to get it? There's actually a flash away. Tachibana shuts down Lonely Beast. Oh, this is a huge for TKS. They could capitalize off of this. Absolutely, and we can already see TKS grouping up around that Baron pit. There are a couple of pings going down, and oh no, Lonely Beast getting a disconnect. This is horrible. This late into the game, that is almost certainly going to be Baron, unless we get a team fight coming out for Asian Legion. They are trying to go for a bit of a pincer maneuver. There's Whirling Death getting vision of that Baron, so let's see if they are going to be able to bring it down. Kingsley immediately jumping in with Dragon's Ascent. Titour's taking a healthy amount of damage despite his unstoppable will. Soothsayer about to fall. He is barely alive. Dark Passage keeps him away. That is going to be Titour's falling. A huge crit for Tiak. Picks up a kill on Belvedere as well. This is now Tachibana retreating with Saracen. A little bit of a Yordle snap trap trying to slow the chase from Kingsley, and a Flash Zenith Blade gets denied. Unfortunately, that was a miss. And whoa, Zenith Blade gets denied by a Flay. Tachibana forced to back off in the meanwhile. Kingsley gets caught by the death sentence. Tiak is just so very powerful right now. He's going to turn onto Saracen, absolutely shred him down. Talisman of the Ascension giving him chase, and it looks like he is about to fall despite the wind while the auto attack lands. And this is very, very exciting for TKS. And oh no, Kingsley trying to bait it out and actually pausing. This is dangerous with Soothsayer right there on Yasuo. I'm curious to see whether or not he's going to go in. Yeah, we'll let you know in the chat when the game is going to unpause, so you don't have to be on the edge of your seats for too long. But yeah, we'll be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to TKS versus Asian Legion. The game is now unpaused, and it did appear that we had Soothsayer back off. We had a little bit of internet trouble with the Lonely Beast. He did get disconnected, but is now back, and the game continues once again. So far we've seen some fantastic assassinations out of both Ho Chi Minh and the Lonely Beast on Rengar. They've really been doing such a great job of shutting people down, but we saw the very first failed assassination just a few moments ago from Lonely Beast, and if that continues to happen, this could bode very, very well for TKS as the groups continue to position around each other. And it is a very, very calm and patient game. Both of the players understand what's on the line. It's very, very late, so even the smallest slip-up or mistake could very well cost either team the game. So they're taking their time, they're clearing wards, they're keeping an eye on Baron, and the super minions are continuing to push down the mid lane. I feel like once that inhibitor is back up, we're going to see TKS make a move, whatever that is. Yep. This is a very, very clever play out of Asian Legion. They're not going to wait for that inhibitor to respawn. They're continuing to siege up and keep map control. I absolutely love how they're going to keep the pressure onto TKS. And again, that inner turret in the top and bottom lane is so very hard to defend. It's very, very easy to get flanked and dived under the turret. And because it is such a tight choke point, it can really work against TKS. And they decide instantly to fall back. They're going to let that turret go. They are definitely going to be spotted. The inhibitor going to respawn sooner and sooner. And oh, this is very, very dangerous. We actually see Asian Legion now waiting in the jungle, trying to see if they can catch someone out of position. But they are right on top of a ward. Actually, Lonely Beast takes an ace in the hole to the face. This could be what TKS needs to try to push it back. The inhibitor going to spawn now in 15 seconds. This is the team fight we've been waiting for. Belvedere swinging around from the side, going to see if he can catch anyone with the explosive cask. And Kingsley doesn't even want to wait for the team. Jumps right onto Belvedere, tries to catch him with a slow dark passage, going to allow him to retreat. And that's exactly what we were talking about. Now that the inhibitor is up, we're starting to see TKS push a little bit further out there, now comfortable in the middle of the map. Belvedere was trying to bait a little bit out of Ho Chi Minh, but again, Ho Chi Minh is an assassin, currently has a Deathfire's Grasp, the Zonia, Abyssal, and a Rabadon Deathcap at 5-item LeBlanc. That is so very, very powerful, and I'm very curious to see what she's going to pick up next. And we see again, we're seeing Asian Legion push forward onto the inhibitor, trying to take it down. Kingsley nice and in front, taking a healthy amount of damage. Captain Lord getting dangerously low. Gonna have to be careful. Kingsley backs off, gets caught. He's very, very tanky though, but this could very well be the opportunity TKS needs. They're continuing to chase forward. Death Sentence lands on Kingsley, does still have Dragon's Descent, gets caught in the flay, and a knock-up as well. Explosive Cast nukes him down. Ho Chi Minh coming in from the side. This is starting to look very not good for Asian Legion, as that's Lonely Beast going down. An Ace in the Hole picking up the kill as well, and now Captain Lord and Tiak, the only survivors, gets caught. Ace in the Hole doing a ton of damage onto Tiak. Captain Lord actually has vision because he stepped on a Yordle. Snaptrap gets knocked up and last breath by Soothsayer, and is just going to follow up despite the Shield of Daybreak. This is almost certainly barren in favor of TKS. Now this is going to be very difficult for Asian Legion to dissuade. We can see TKS doesn't even want to try to go for the outer turret. They're rushing straight for the inhibitor turret, possibly going to get the inhibitor as well, and then go straight onto the Nexus turrets. They don't even care about the minions right now. They just want to try to end the game. This is the window of opportunity that they have to capitalize on if they don't manage to take it. No, they're actually rotating around. Looks like Kingsley is back up, and that is going to dissuade any further push out of TKS. They allowed Captain Lord to get bullied down. He was taken down to about half health when the fight started. Kingsley, despite being so very, very tanky, had to absorb a lot of hits for his team while they decided, do we retreat, do we fight, do we try to get the inhibitor, or what? And while they were making that decision, Bulbadir was able to get a fantastic explosive cast for, let me just see just how much damage that is at. 450 plus 830 for 1,300 magic damage. It just nuked him down. And yeah, it's slowly starting to swing back towards TKS. While they have the Baron buff, they have so the time to try to siege an objective. As long, however, as Tiak is still alive, he should be able to clear the minions fast enough to keep the inhibitor up. But now we have one naked inhibitor for TKS and a down inhibitor for Asian Legion. So this game is so even. We're 50 minutes in, and we're seeing some fantastic play out of both teams. Wow, the pull lands on Ho Chi Minh. No follow-up, though. Oh, that was very, very close. Actually, Captain Lord, again, taking a significant amount of damage. This could be a TKS engaging under the turret. Whoa, Kingsley forces the engage, gets caught in a trap, the box goes down, a ton of AoE is going left and right. This is now Kingsley trying to keep people out. Captain Lord dangerously low, Soothsayer going to almost certainly pick him up, actually does not. Guardian Angel gets blown on Lonely Beast. Kingsley continuing to do a healthy amount of AoE. Titour very, very dangerously low. This is Tiak doing as much damage as possible. Lonely Beast falls. Now Tiak very, very far forward, going to continue to give chase. Will he be able to pick up the kill onto Soothsayer? He has to be careful. Meanwhile, they have to defend the Nexus. The super minions are pushing onto the Nexus turrets. Tower falls. That's a naked Nexus. Wow. And they also have the mid inhibitor turret very, very low, only at about 600 health. That can go down in about 2-3 hits from Tachibana. Soothsayer is still alive, so he could definitely try to go for a backdoor. But with that naked Nexus, they are going to have to keep consistent ward coverage outside of their base. They can't allow themselves to push too far and have Soothsayer swing around from behind and try to snipe the Nexus. So this is going to be a little bit of a cost to them, but this late in the game, I don't think that's something that they can't bear. And this is a clever play out of TKS. They recognize that that inhibitor turret is very low, so they siege up in the exact same spot that worked so well for them this last time. Let's see if they are going to go in once again. This is now a Guardian Angel on Tachibana, but here's actually a rotation. Lonely Beast blows the ultimate. A huge Vision Ward gets caught to Tours, caught in the Solar Flare. This looks like Lonely Beast almost picks up the kill. Explosive Cast knocks him away. He falls to Tachibana. Tachibana shredding people down. Oh man, Tayak right in the middle of things. Looks like he goes down. Kingslayer trying to stay alive. Captain Lord forced to back off. That is almost certainly an ace, as Ho Chi Minh is going to fall any second now, but it doesn't even matter. The Nexus almost certainly guaranteed to fall, as Ho Chi Minh is the only survivor. Absolutely, such a phenomenal game. Great play between the two teams. Really, really fun game. I hope Game 2 is just as interesting, if not more so. And that's actually the longest game we've had in the tournament so far. 54 minutes and 22 seconds. And that ended up being game number 1. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. That was such a fantastic game. Let's get into game number 2 as quickly as possible.